Do you know that there's one simple wrist movement that can change your ball striking forever?
We're going to show you an easier way to release the club for more effortless power and speed, and it's not what you think. So we've got two of the best drills that we've come across that we're going to get to in a moment. But what Craig and I are really seeing with a lot of golfers is we're trying to create power with too much body motion, too much forced motion, too much tension, and we're not utilizing the arms and hands enough in the golf swing, and we're not utilizing them correctly. We're going to show you how to do that next. Guys, so we need to learn how to let the club go in the follow through. There's a couple cool examples we're going to show you on the screen of some great ball strikers who have incredible effortless power. You'll see they're able to get the butt of the club to the ground and then to the target in the follow through. That's so darn important. Most all golfers are missing that. But in order to do that, we have to learn how to store up the energy first. Let's go over that next.
This is a really, really fantastic drill. Let's have a look at this now. Imagine this, right? Imagine that I had a paintbrush and I was simply painting a wall. Now have a look at one thing here, this changeover. Look at my elbow leading in. Look at the angle in this wrist. Now we're storing up. This is a speed accumulator here, but such a big angle, but we've got to let it go. And this is how we create that effortless speed and power. And it's just such an important area for aging players to get your hands and your wrists moving effectively, learning how to use and feel this move. Now, I've taken the liberty to tee up a couple of golf balls here. Let's have a look at this drill. Grip it really, really loose. So I'm talking like a 2 out of 10. So this way we can really start to feel the angles, this changeover from one side to the other side. Let's have a look at this really important part. Great drill, this one, to pick up all the different sensations, get yourself set up, swing back. And when we're going to look at about a half to 3/4 swing here, when you get into impact, we're going to have more shaft lean than where we started. This is going to supply you with the sensation of this elbow leading in and picking up these angles. More shaft lean than where you started at, and making sure that club face isn't open. Now, after impact, we're really going to release this club head past the body and get this grip to point down. Now, it's almost like a whip, isn't it? When we're building up these angles, we're seeing that with great players like Fred Couples, just effortless speed and power. So get in there, tee up an 8-iron or a 9-iron, make that movement into impact and just flick that off the top. I mean, now that's gone about, just chipped away really, and we've hit it around about 170 yards with an 8-iron. And this is what we're after. We're trying to get this club head to release past the golf ball. Great way to pick up speed, nice and loose, back into impact, more shaft lean. You're going to feel that changeover. More shaft lean than where you started. Lovely compression on that one, guys. A great way to feel an effortless starter swing and really pick up your speed.
Guys, really key point Craig mentioned there. Effortless power comes from being loose and relaxed. Effortful power comes from being tense and forceful. That light grip pressure is really, really important. Let it load up, store it, and then let it go. All right, guys, today's the last day to save 50% off at CogornoGolf.com. I want you to improve your golf game. I want to improve my golf game. We've got solutions, answers to your questions, real plans that will help you get better. I know my game, it was an endless cycle of frustration when I tried to figure it out by myself. But once I got a great coach, my game got much more consistent. I hit it much more solid day in and day out. And that's what we're able to do for our members. I want you to take advantage of this deal. Not things you have to do for hours and hours in the range. I'm talking things that work fast, right from the comfort of your own home. Just a couple of swings per week is going to get your game in shape. If you're struggling, if you want to get better, take advantage of this deal before it's too late. By the end of the day today, CogornoGolf.com.
For amateur golfers, there's a huge misconception that the hands and the wrist should stay quiet, that we should take the hands out of the golf swing. There's just so much speed generated from the hands and the wrist. We have to have a look at the evidence-based instruction. We know what the hands and the wrist are doing. We back it up with data. Let's get stuck into a fascinating drill now. I can't wait to show you.
Craig, we heard Padraig Harrington say in a recent video that something like 70% of the speed comes from the arms and hands.
That's right, yeah.
And so for us to be able to utilize that in your videos, you show two really great checkpoints from some players we all admire who have effortless power. If you could show us, Craig, in the follow through, the first checkpoint of being able to get the butt of the club pointed down towards the ground, if we kind of get through the ball there into the follow through. I like where we show this, and we'll show some examples, and you almost draw a line, Craig, through the shaft and like the right leg there.
That's right.
Into the follow through. And we see a lot of really great players do that. And then from this position, to continue to utilize it, getting the butt of the club like to the target before the hands get behind the head.
Yeah, it's just such an important checkpoint. And what we're seeing with amateur players is the stiff wooden style release, and they don't even know about this position. It's unfortunate. They have the end of the grip pointing here. And often at times I'll have too much shoulder rotation and get themselves into awkward finish positions rather than creating that effortless speed, balance and power. So people, I really love this drill. It just helps so many people. Front end therapy, or what we call reverse engineering, stealing a feel, getting ourselves in a position we wouldn't normally be in. Now let's have a look at this. Moving through the golf ball, we're going to get the end of the grip to point down, because essentially what we're doing is storing up these angles to release that club head past the ball, to release the club head past the ball into this area here. And I've always shown people this right wrist flexion, a little bit of this move, because we're not rolling the club over, we're releasing it a little bit more under. So let's have a look now at this drill. Let's have a look at this feel and how we can do this. Move through the golf ball. Now we're seeing a large part of this left arm, the grip's pointing down, getting ourselves into this position. You can see how my legs have closed up the gap here, swinging back and over that golf ball a few times and getting a feel from that movement. Keep it loose. The speed, when you get this right, guys, it's unbelievable. And just by recapturing that feel, you don't need a huge swing, that motion, that movement through the golf ball. And you can see when my grip's pointed up. You can see my left wrist has moved into extension, storing up speed and getting the hands and the wrist to move much more effectively. This is a fantastic drill. This really is a great way to get ourselves closer to what the best players are doing and moving, to store up speed and angles and improve everybody's ball strike.
So I really like this, guys, starting in the follow through with the butt of the club down towards the ground, making little backswings and learning how to get back into that spot, and then also referencing the butt of the club towards the target before the hands go behind the head. You'll see that with Louis and Rory. One of the ways I also like to feel this, you could do this with your lead arm only, is little half backswings to about hip high. Learn how to get through the ball with the butt of the club down towards the ground. You know, the arms are about parallel to the ground. And then get the butt of the club to the target. Halfway back, butt of the club down, butt of the club towards the target. And slowly start to add a little bit more fluid motion. And you're gonna see that you're gonna get some really good effects, some really good effortless power through the ball compared to the bad version, all body, taking all the arms and hands out. That is no effortless power.